Hello, lovely people of God. I greet you all by the goodness and kindness of the Most High. I hope you're all doing great. It's been a while since we had a little chat, and I'm pretty much excited to get back to you and have a little chat with you today. Today, I'd like to talk about trusting the process. Why trusting the process? We humans, we tend to trust our own ways over God's ways. And why is that? Let's take, for instance, you wake up in the morning and you are supposed to get to work. And there's no fear or anxiety in trusting a certain driver to take you to your destination. You trust the process. They'll be stopping along the line if it's Trotsky. They'll be having fights along the line, but you feel this kind of safety, you have this assurance you are going to get to your destination. You trust the process. Let's take, for instance, you give a cloth or material to a fashion designer for him to make a cloth for you, design something for you. That designer will have to cut that cloth you give, that perfect looking material you give to them, into pieces, into patterns, which we don't understand most of the times, but we just leave them to it to destroy the material and make whatever patterns they seem fit, in the expectations of making a good design for us in the end. And we trust them to go through all that process. We just enter into any medical center for treatment, and whatever they tell us to do, we do blindly. We trust them that whatever they give us to do is what's going to help us. Why is it that we trust in human wits and intellect, but we don't trust in the process of God? That's what I want to talk to you about today. Most of the time, we are not certain where God is taking us to. But remember, the process is needed. Sometimes the discomfort you are feeling right now is the price you are paying for the comfort of the future. But once you don't trust the process, you might be tempted to skip some of the processes. And I'm telling you today, trust the process. God has a process. He has a way of dealing with every situation. Sometimes your enemies has to just bombard you with problems to let you move from a comfortable position to a position of promotion. Sometimes you've become so comfortable in a certain situation. That's not where you're supposed to be. And God causes trials and tribulations to come to your doorstep. And for that reason, you have the edge to move from that position to a position where you meet greatness. But during that time, you might think God has forsaken you. You might think God is quiet in your situation and all that. Trust that it is a process. The process that gold has to go through to become as shiny as it is. Diamonds, the precious that has to be put on diamonds to make it look so beautiful and priceless. It's a process we believe in, and God does great things. He has a plan for us. Trust in the process. It might be difficult sometimes, but it is needed. At the end, when you don't skip the process, I think you realize why He put you through that. At the end of it, at the end of the tunnel is a great light. Don't try skipping any process. The reason why we tend to skip processes is because we are impatient and we lack faith. We are impatient. We are in a rush to get to a certain place. And we are doing so much comparative analysis with ourselves, with other jobs, with our friends, with family members, with colleagues at work. And it's causing us to be impatient. Today I'm telling you, trust the process. God has great plans and thoughts for you. Trust God that He will have an expected and a great end for you. Trust the process. God bless you and have a wonderful day.